Madam Speaker, I'd like to recognise an amazing man who made an invaluable contribution to the Mudgee and Urundari communities tonight. Malcolm William Roth passed away on July 21 after a short illness at 81 years of age. Malcolm was the dearly loved husband of Margaret, the much-loved father and father-in-law of Anthony, Adrian and Rob, and Wendy and Andrew. He was also the cherished pop of his grandchildren Harry, George, Jack, Chloe and Sam. To all of you, my sincere condolences, and while I know you will be doing things tough, I hope you realise the impact that Malcolm had on the region. Mudgee's reputation as one of Australia's top wine production areas can be traced back to Malcolm's family, among others. As the great-grandson of Mudgee winemaking founder Adam Roth, it was no real surprise that Malcolm made his way into the industry at a fairly young age. A wonderful vigneron in his own right, Malcolm's Westcourt wines had a strong reputation within the industry and won countless awards. The Westcourt name has strong links for the Mudgee region overall, with the property previously in the hands of Mr Dew Seaton, who happened to own the 1917 Melbourne Cup winner of the same name. Just one example of Malcolm and Margaret Roth's sense of community was hosting an event at the property in 2017 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Westcourt's win in the race that stops a nation. They hosted 150 guests and raised a significant amount of money for both Careflight and the Mudgee Lions Club. Now, aside from being a wonderful winemaker, Malcolm also spent a significant part of his life volunteering with the Cudgegong Rural Fire Service. I was lucky enough to join with some of the heads of the RFS last November to recognise several members for outstanding achievements, including Malcolm. He'd actually been part of the Lawson Brigade since 1953. At that stage, he was actually only 14. He told me that night that he'd been very keen to be part of the group. He was allowed in and he loved being part of it the entire time. He served as captain for 25 years and was presented with the Long Service Medal 5th class to recognise his 67 years of service. Malcolm also spent 31 years on the boards of various forms of the old Livestock Health and Pest Authority. He became a director of the Pastures Protection Board in 1981 and became chair in 1989, holding that position for 24 years. He saw the organisation through its transition into the Rural Lands Protection Board in 1990, through the Mudgee-Merriwa amalgamation in 1998, and through the merging of the Mudgee-Merriwa, Tamworth and Coonabarabran in 2009, before he retired at the end of 2013. And many of the tributes I've seen since Malcolm's passing have centred on his ability as a storyteller who could really captivate a crowd with his tales about life in the Mudgee region. He really was good at spinning a yarn and also really enjoyed sharing his memories. Some of those tributes came from friends at Mudgee Bowling Club, including one from Ken Sampson, which appeared in last Friday's Mudgee Guardian. He said, Malcolm was a member of the Mudgee Bowling Club for over 50 years, and his love of the game and his personality when around a bowling club made Malcolm a very popular bowler with members and visitors. Malcolm won many club, district and zone events, and he was a valued member in all bowls teams. He held the positions of patron and president of the Mudgee Bowling Club, president of the district and also president of Zone 5. They're just, again, some of the examples of Malcolm's involvement right across the community. Not content with being a husband, a brother, a father, a grandfather, a vigneron, a businessman and a farmer, he still found time to be some of those things: a fundraiser, an advocate, a rural fire service volunteer and an active member of different bowling organisations across not only his hometown, but in fact across the entire region. Malcolm Roth was also a staunch national supporter who always had the best interests of primary producers at heart and advocated for the issues confronting our region to be recognised by decision makers in this very building. He wasn't backward in coming forward when it came to discussing a problem that he thought needed fixing, but his warm, direct but endearing nature was very effective and won many people over. The COVID-19 pandemic has unfortunately, of course, stopped many people from being able to farewell their loved ones, and again, that was the case on July 28 when a small service was held to commemorate and celebrate Malcolm's amazing life. A live stream was made available, and I've got no doubt that given his wide circle of family and friends, it would have been watched right across the country. Malcolm Roth truly was a one-of-a-kind sort of person, a great bloke. He had the uncanny knack of making people feel comfortable when they were in his company, and he was someone that I personally regarded as a friend. He will be missed. Vale, Malcolm Roth.